Case study 1, value chain analysis. You are you are the finance manager of the DP Limited, which is in the business of the manufacturing wire rods. A division in the company manufactures the wire rod from the single manufacturing plant in the central India. The division purchases the raw material from the various suppliers across the India. The cathodes are melted and the wire rods of the various dimension are produced. Means cathodes are melted and wire rods are produced. This company produces the wire rods from the cathode copper. Each batch of the wire rods produced are tested for the quality and the strength. The wire rods are stored in the roll in the warehouse and dispatched in the company owned truck as per the requirement of the customer. The customer are required to pay 50% of the invoice value as an advance and balance 50% in 30 days of the delivery of the goods. The company price is price its copper wire based on the price prevailing on the London Metal Exchange after adjusting it with a factor to cover the conversion profit and cost and profit. The company explored the newer market by advertising in the national dailies and participating in the various industry events in India. So it advertises and by in national dailies and participating in the various industrial events in India as well as abroad. The annual conferences of the customer is connected by the company to improve the customer relationship and attract newer customer. The customer have the right to return the material if the quality specification are not met. There is a separate team to handle such complaints. Okay, so the following email was sent by the chief financial officer as of the company to you, from the chief financial officer to the company to the finance manager, means us. Company subject for commodity price fluctuation. The board is quite aware of the foreign exchange fluctuation related risk. However, they are not much aware of the risk related to the fluctuation in the prices commodity prices. The price of the copper which are used to manufacture the copper wire have fallen down by over 20%. So the price is fallen down in the last 6 months owing to the global factors. The procurement team of the copper wire has been where actually so we will continue from start. The board is quite aware of the foreign exchange fluctuation related risk. However, they are not much aware of the risk related to the fluctuation in the commodity prices. The price of the copper which are used to manufacture the copper wire have fallen down by over 20% in the last 6 months owing to the global factors. The procurement team of the copper wire have been waiting for the right time to buy this metal as they expect a price to fall down further. Means the procurement team is waiting so that the price will fall down and they will purchase and price to fall down. However, we are on the verge of stock out of these metal as no purchase was made in the last 1 month. Since they were waiting to since they were like a price will reduce, so they haven't placed an order. So they are, and now they are on the verge of stock out. The bonus of the procurement team largely on the annual saving. How much they save on that means that on their savings their bonus is linked as compared to the budgeted cost of purchase. I'm not happy with the approach of speculation and making profit out of the price fluctuation in the raw material, as said by CFO. Could you highlight the issues related with your performance measurement mechanism and how suggest how it could be improved? So first of all, they are just the question. So from what we understand from the question is they are just looking at a financial perspective and lacking of the internal perspective, customer perspective, learning and growth perspective, which is a part of balanced scorecard. They are just focusing on financial perspective as the bonus is directly linked towards the as they are linked towards the performance, means annual cost saving. So now copper price quoted this is a chart. Explain and identify. So required part. Explain and identify the various primary activities of the copper division. Identify various activities. So this would this is the primary activity of value chain analysis. So we have to just locate this industry into the value chain analysis primary activities. Discuss the issue with the performance measure in force in the company. What is the actual issue? So this is, they are just focusing on the primary financial factor. Okay, to earn the bonus they are just waiting for the price to go down, and since they haven't placed an order, so the company is on the verge of stock out. That can lead to loss if uh, loss further. For instance, there can be a production stoppage and other issues due to non-availability of the raw material. Advise on an alternative performance measurement and identify the key performance indicator. So we have to identify the key performance indicator and alternative performance measure, that is balance scorecard. Solution: the value chain analysis is defined as a value chain value of the sorry, we will read again. Value chain is defined as a chain of the value added activities. Product passes through the activity in a chain, gaining the value at each stage. The value chain focuses on the system and how the business input are changed into the business output. So how business input is changed into business output. Purchases by the customer. The entire set of the activity that the business undertakes to convert the input to the output are interlinked to each other. So the entire process is interlinked. The Porter's value chain analysis classifies the activity into the primary activity and secondary activity. Primary activity are those activities that are directly related to the creating and the delivering of any product to the end customer. Those activities which are directly linked to creating and delivering the product to the end customer, and the following are the activities considered as a primary activity. First, inbound logistic. The inbound logistic involve arranging inbound movement of the material from the supplier to the manufacturing plant. Perfect means from supplier to manufacturing plant, arranging the raw material, so means transportation. The activity related to the inbound logistic in the copper division of the DP would involve transporting of the copper cathodes from the multiple supplier across the country, as they were purchasing from various countries, and storing them in the warehouse for use in the production process. The cathode stored in the warehouse would be issued to the production facilities depending on the requirement of the production plant. So this is just inbound, so that they will arrange the purchase, that is transportation from various supplier to their factory warehouse, and whenever there is an requirement for the production, that the material stored in the warehouse will be issued. That material So the last point which I stated, that cathode stored in the warehouse would be issued to the production facility depending on the requirement of the production plant. Second, operational activity. Operation involves those activities which are connected with the conversion of an input into the output in case of a manufacturing company. So conversion of input into output is operation. The activity under the operation would include those related to melting of the copper cathodes. So the process is melting of the copper cathodes and making into the wires, rods, and converting the copper cathodes into wire rods. The quality test would also come into the operation. Quality test carried out with the rods would also include as a part of the operation. Outbound logistic. These includes the planning and the dispatch, distribution management, transportation, warehousing, and other fulfillment. So means processing outward uh, from manufacturer's factory to the customer. The all activities is outbound logistic activities, which include planning and dispatch activities, then distribution facilities, distribution management, transportation, warehousing and order fulfillment, to fulfill the order of the customer. Order fulfilling, this includes warehousing of the finished goods, copper wire rods, and distribution of the copper wire rods to its customer. So means after the finished goods has been manufactured, warehousing, and then distribution to the customer as per the requirement. The company uses its owned truck, as it is mentioned in the question, to distribute the finished goods to its customer. The scheduling of the truck and the dispatch of the material would also be part of the, so means the entire process: scheduling, dispatch, transportation, warehousing, distribution management, order fulfillment. This all would be the activities involved in outbound logistic. Dispatch are also the part of the outbound logistic. Marketing and the sales. So this would include the advertisement, promotion, awareness, creating awareness of the product. Then other example would be that marketing and the sales are the means whereby the customer and the consumer and the customer are made aware of the product which is ultimately sold to them. The activity includes selling of the product to the end customer, covering activities like product management, pricing means pricing policy would be included over here, product management, pricing management, promotion, marketing means advertisement, marketing, promotion. DP Limited, so if we relate to this case, DP Limited uses the advertisement in the national dailies and hold conferences as a part of its marketing and sales effort. The company also holds the annual customer conference to improve the customer relationship and attract new customer. So the first they have discussed the what all includes marketing and sales, and then they are just related to the question. And service, in case of the manufacturing industry, service generally refers to the after sales services which are required to maintain the value of the product and includes the activity like installation, repairs, etc. Installation, repairs, after sales services. The service team is also expected to handle the customer returns on account of the poor quality of the copper wire rod. So if there is any poor quality received by the customer, for instance if there is any defect or poor quality, so they would contact to the service team, so that would handle the after sale service, repairing, maintenance stuff. So this is the service activity. So first part is done. Second, they had asked that what is the issue in the entire scenario case study which we have read. The procurement team is generally the cost center. That is the cost center, and most appropriate way to evaluate the performance of the cost center is comparison between the actual cost and the budgeted cost, also called as variances. The procurement team, first they said in first sentence, procurement team is the cost center and most appropriate way to evaluate the performances. So how we evaluate that? We compare the budget with actual, and we calculate the variances, favorable and adverse. The large portion of the bonus performance measurement is dependent on the saving in the actual purchase. So if there is any saving, it is an favorable variance, and the respective manager would be awarded. On the saving in the actual purchase, the company has adopted the various analysis as a measure of the performance. If the team is able to reduce the actual cost of the purchase as compared to the budgeted cost or higher bonus is paid, the procurement team has stopped purchase of the copper cathode to save. So what they have done is linked the bonus to the saving in the procurement cost. So now what procurement managers are doing is purchase managers are doing is they are waiting for the price to go down so that they can purchase. If the team is able to reduce the cost of the purchase as compared to the budgeted cost, the higher bonus is paid. The procurement team has stopped the purchase of the copper cathodes to save on an purchase budget, which ultimately would translate into the higher payout of the bonus. And commodity prices of the copper have fallen by 20% in the last 6 months. The speculation of fall in the price has resulted in the halting of the procurement process. It is very difficult to time the market, and such an speculation would lead to loss to the company. There would be a stock out situation if the procurement is not resumed, and the situation could hamper the production and the overall delivery schedule. So entire delivery, for instance, if there is any order in hand and if we are not fulfilling, it would affect the image of the company. And so various issue would come if there is any stock out. The same is discussed here. The procurement team appears to have taken a short-term view of the price movement. The team is focused on earning the higher bonus and hence is waiting to buy at a lower price. There is a larger impact of not being able to deliver the product. So if they won't deliver, there would be much larger impact. Then they're just focusing on uh, reduction in the procurement cost, and so that they can earn a bonus. So what is mentioned is there is a large there is a larger impact of not being able to deliver the product on time, which would damage the reputation of the company. This has been ignored by the procurement team. The manager must be encouraged to consider the impact on the company as a whole and not just the own department. The company is using just as a financial measure to measure the performance measurement. This can result in the lopsided view of the goal and objective of the company. The manager tends to look at a short term profit and ignore the long term growth. So if the company's image is affected, so it would affect the long term, then they are just focusing on reduction in the purchase price. That is the short term view. Optimum performance measurement. Okay, third part is done. Optimum performance measurement. The performance measurement, the respective department are so when we will say when there is an optimum performance, when the goal of the manager, so what the manager think is that goal of the company is the goal of the manager, not just earning the profit or for the department should be the goal of the manager. Means just not to think for that department but to think for the company as a whole. So it is given as okay, the performance measurement is the most effective when the goal of the respective department is aligned with that of the company. This ensures that each employee within the company works towards the overall objective of the company, not just for the achieving their bonuses or their increments the company, or to achieve the growth for just their department. Instead they should focus on the overall objective of the company. It means the, in short, what they have stated is that our department's objective should be linked to the company's objective as a whole, so that employee works towards the objective of the company. The company manufacturer the company manufactures wire rods, and the objective of the wire copper division is to manufacture the copper wire rods as per the requirement of the customer. The company, what is stated is, the company manufactures wire rods, and the objective of the copper wire division is to manufacture the wire rods as per the requirement of the customer. The profit flows from the main business of the company. If the department focuses on the objective which is not aligned with the main goal, the company as a whole suffers. So how they can earn profit is that they can produce, manufacture and sell, and on that they earn the profit. Instead they are just focusing on from procurement point of view, that as the bonus was linked to that. If the department focuses on the objective which is not aligned with the main goal, the company would suffer as well. The stock out like situation would hamper the image of the company if the wire rods are not delivered as per schedule to the customer. If they are not delivered, so it would affect the image, hamper the image of the company. Another aspect to be considered is that the manager and the employee are evaluated only on those parameters which are controlled by them. If, for example, the procurement team is able to purchase the copper at a discount to the market price because of their effort, it should be considered as a saving. So if they are purchasing at a lower cost by their efforts, so that would be appreciated, not that okay, they are waiting for the price in the market to go down and they purchase. So there isn't any effort involved over there. If the market itself goes down, the price in the London stock exchange goes down, and if they purchase, there isn't any effort involved from part of the manager. But if their effort is involved, so that should be appreciated, and bonus should be awarded. Which paragraph were we? Okay, last paragraph. The price of the copper are determined by the price of the commodity exchange, and not in the control of the procurement manager. It is not in the control of the procurement manager, the exchange price, the commodity exchange price. The performance of the manager and the employee should not be impacted by the global change in the price, as they are not controlled by the concerned employee. As they are not controlled by the employee and the manager, their performance should not be evaluated on that basis. Instead, it should be evaluated on the efforts, and if that result into a cost saving. Sorry. And third, they had asked the question is, third part is mention key performance indicator and state the alternate performance measure. So alternate performance measure is simply where to state the balance scorecard, whole the concept theory which is there, linked by linking it to the question. That the company should not just focus on the from the prime financial perspective, but look from all the perspective, that is customer perspective, then internal growth perspective and learning, and growth perspective, internal perspective and learning and growth perspective, and what are the key performance indicators. So third part we will read out. Another performance alternate performance measure. The issue with the financial performance measure alone is that the manager tends to have the short term view. That is, the manager are keeping just short term view instead the long term, that they were not, it was not linked with the objective of the company. It was just looked from short term view, the profit which they earn and the bonus they make. The issue with the financial performance alone is that the manager tend to have the short term view, as can be seen in our case. In order to overcome the possible short termism of the financial measure, Kalpan and Norton developed a balanced scorecard which outlined the four key areas in which the company and the divisional performance should be measured to focus on both the short and the long term needs of the organization. The key idea is that the manager are to appraised on the variety of the measures which include the non performance. So they should be, their performance should be measured on various measures including the non financial measure, so that their focus is both on the short term as well as long term. The four perspective used to measure the performance measures in the balance scorecard is given below. So the four perspectives are given below. The above one was just the basic concept, that it should be seen from all the perspective. The performance appraisal should be based on all the perspective rather than just the financial perspective. So financial perspective, this measures the financial performance, which is this measure the financial performance which is linked to the overall objective of maximizing the shareholder wealth. Financial perspective is overall maximizing the basic objective of the company. What is the basic objective is, it is that okay, to maximize the shareholder wealth, we already use the financial measure to measure the performance. The company is already using the financial measure, since the bonus is linked to the cost saving, that is a financial measure. The weightage should be reduced to include the other measures, so that the financial measure should be reduced, weightage should be reduced, and the other weight should be also applied to the other measures as well. Also, the factors beyond the control of the manager, like commodity price, should be excluded. So if uh, there should be a policy provision that the reward should be based only on the controllable events and not the non-controllable, as it is given that the factors beyond the control of the manager, like commodity prices, should be excluded. That factor should be excluded. Customer perspective, these includes focusing on the customer. This includes focusing on the customer and meeting their needs. So they have to not give more weightage just to financial, but they have to see that if there is a demand from the customer, and they have much orders pending, and if it, and since the company is on the verge of stock out, that would result into non-production and non-delivery to the customer, which would affect the image. So they have to think from the customer perspective as well, that these include focusing on the customer, meeting their needs. Measures should be include quality of the material procured. So good quality should be procured, optimum level of the inventory maintained, so that in company doesn't suffer huge inventory cost. Number of the stock out instances, that should be less. If there is any stock out, so it would again affect the production and delivery to the customer. So overall, we have to take into consideration customer perspective as well. Means customer perspective, they are given that these include focusing on the customer and meeting their needs. Focusing on the customer and meeting their needs. Measures should be include the quality of the material produced, optimum level of the inventory maintained. It's quality of the material produced, optimal level inventory maintained, and the number of the stock out instances. Internal business perspective, these include the measure to evaluate the performance of the business process with particular emphasis on the productivity and the efficiency. So there should be, while production, the entire scenario, the entire what we can say, thing to be kept in mind, that there should be a productivity. The emphasis should be emphasis should be based on what we can say here. Emphasis should be put on the productivity and the efficiency. Again, I will read. These include measures to evaluate the performance of the business process with the particular emphasis on the productivity and the emphasis. Measures could be include procurement lead time. So there should be procurement lead time, the less lead time. So how much time means the lead time between the procurements. Number of the defective purchases. Defective purchases means the procurement lead time is, so if I had placed an order today, so lead time is 15 days. So after 15 days the order would be placed, that is the lead time. Then number of the defective purchase, that should be kept in mind, so that should be reduced actually. There shouldn't be any like defective material is purchased. The company should use the measure like just in time to reduce the procurement lead time. Okay, sorry, I by mistakenly said wrong. Procurement lead time is uh, uh, we will read the internal business perspective again. Internal business perspective, this include the measure to evaluate the performance of the business perspective with the particular emphasis on the productivity and the efficiency. The measure should include the procurement lead time, which I already said, the difference between the procurement, the order being placed and till the goods has been received. So that should be taken care of. The number of the defective purchases, that should be reduced. Company should what we can say, introduce the just-in-time system to reduce the procurement lead time. Training and growth perspective, this include focusing on the innovating in the processes and the developing and learning. This include focuses on innovating in the process and the development. The entire process means each and every, means production, supply, sales and all. Production process, innovating in the processes and developing and learning from the future. Training could be given to the procurement manager to identify the best quality of the copper cathodes. So if we relate to this question, so training, learning and growth perspective is, so that company should give the training to their procurement department employee managers, so that they can identify the best quality of the copper aspect related to the purity. So we are done with case study 1. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for the further case studies. So I will be uploading the further case studies step by step. Thank you.